Hey guys, happy Friday. I pray that everyone is doing well. I hope everyone has had an amazing week and pray that everyone is blessed. I just really do hope that everyone is just having a phenomenal week and an even better coming weekend. Listen, you guys know I do not like doing videos, it is not my thing, but I also know that I have to be obedient to the Lord. And so I have to release something that I was given this week. And don't know how people feel about it, but it's okay because I have to be obedient. I have truly learned that obedience is better than sacrifice. And at this point, I'm just going to do what my daddy said. So I received something, like I said, something earlier this week, and I have to. I have to release it because I'm instructed to. So God just had really been talking to me about the things that's going on in the world because if I can be honest, I had questions as far as certain events that had taken place. I won't say that I was questioning God, but I had questions to the events that was happening. And so one thing that God had released to me this week was connected to some of the events that's taking place. And so, it's, for better words, what I was instructed is that the events that's happening right now is his warning to the people. And so I was reading the book of Amos, in which he is a minor prophet, and I had got specifically to chapter 3 and 4, where God really started talking. And so, first, I'll get to chapter 3. I used the message version of this book for this studying. And in the beginning of the book, if you see the header is "The Lion Has Roared." And if you know lions, of different things about their character, but what God gave me for this particular moment is lions roaring to show their dominance and to broadcast their presence. To make to mark their territory. And so, what He wanted me, to see at this moment that He is the lion. At this moment, he let me know that he's the lion that's roaring over his territory. And in this particular chapter, God is addressing the people of Israel, which is those who he delivered from Egypt. And so he's going to them because he's letting them know that they were his people that he picked, and he's holding them accountable for the sins that they have committed. And so, if you decide to go and read the entire book, please do not just take my word for it. But as you read the book, you will see, he's letting them know about their behavior and things as such that he don't approve of. And so then once I got down to verse 11, he said something very specific. But what he said before he had me to start writing notes is, understand that he's the lion and he has roared, and he's roaring because he has sent his people time and time again to release warnings to our country, and no one is listening to his people. And so, what he instructed me to release is America is the modern day Israel. So, when I got to verse 11, the verse states that an enemy will surround the country. He'll strip you from your power and plunder your forts. And what he let me know is that enemy is our current president, whether you see it or not. What that verse is stating is the behaviors of our current president. And then as I continued to read, he let me know once I got over to chapter 4. The header of that chapter states, well, it says that you never got hungry for God. And this one is, he's talking to a specific group because they were so consumed with everything else, no matter what was going on. They never considered to just turn to him. Everything else was always more important than him, when we're supposed to put him first. And so when I got to verse 3, well, in the Message version, is combined, is chapter 2 and 3 combined. And what it states is, it says, "This is serious. I, God, have sworn by my holiness. Be well warned, judgment day is coming. They're going to rope you up and haul you off. Keep the stranglers in line with cattle prods. They'll dangle you through the ruined city walls, forcing you out single file, and kick you to kingdom come, God's decree." And he let me know that that particular verse, he's comparing it to the immigration that's happening, that's happening today, with the immigrants being forced out of the country, and even those who are citizens here, but being forced out of the country unlawfully. All of those things is connected to his hand being on things, because he's tired of people not putting him first or coming to him when he's our source for everything. He also let me know that one thing about America is, everybody have always called America the land of the free. And of course, us, as people, we've always said, America isn't free. But how he addressed it this moment being, America have always had the ability to worship him freely, where others, have gotten attacked or killed for wanting to worship him. Being, of course, I'm speaking from a Christian perspective, because I'm Christian, and so people have gotten decapitated in other countries and things of that nature, for wanting to worship him. And we've been given the opportunity of free will to worship him, when we still choose not to, and we still choose to pretend like he don't exist. And so then I got to the next verse in this book, which is it's verse 6. And it says, "Don't you know that I'm the one who emptied your pantries, cleaned out your cardboards, who left you hungry and standing in bread lines? You never got hungry for me. You continued to ignore me, God's decree." Now, if we pay attention, of course, I'm stemming right back to everything that's going on today with food shortages starting to take place. A lot of we know the farmers are now being are struggling because they can't get their crops out because of the immigration things that's taking place, and so of course we know now tariffs is taking place, and prices are continuing to increase because the resources are very slim at this point, and the assistance is very slim. But what God is letting us know is his hand is on that too, because we refuse to acknowledge him. The last piece that he gave me was that we continue to try to give the enemy so much credit for everything that's going on, and everybody wants somebody to blame. He said, stop giving credit to the wrong people, because it's not coming from the enemy, it's coming from him. He said he's marking his territory, and if we continue to ignore him, we'll continue to see his hand.